Michael Jackson has definitely had an influence on my kindergarten class. But when you grab your crotch and start wagging it at somebody, that's definitely against my class rules, even though it's not on the list. My kindergarten journal, day 15. Here we go. Middle school teacher, that's this guy of 12 years going to kindergarten, seeing how it goes. And it's going, I mean, come on. When a couple of kindergartners grab their situation, wag it at each other, you know the day is going to go well, because that's the start of my day. Raising the bar. But for real, that was an incident I had to deal with, and I did have to, I put them at their own seats, and they didn't like that at all, so that's good. They got it back together. We had a better day. It got better from there, because, I slow things down, I take control. It's how I do things, right? I'm finding out that I need to have more movement. Also, I was flying solo today because my teaching assistant, who is indispensable, I really appreciate everything she does, was not here today. So I was ready though. I already knew she wasn't going to be. She told me ahead of time, we're good. So, we dealt with that. Then, after lunch, it was a little rambunctious, as usually is after lunch. They're all wound up from lunch and playing outside and stuff. It's like the opposite of junior high. Junior high is all mellow and tired. Okay, not always, but anyway, they're all wound as usual. So I'm starting to get a feel for that, and they come in, and I'm like, all right, put your heads down. That seems to help a lot. I make them sit there with their heads down and their mouths off for a little while. Okay, that seems to do a lot to get them quiet. Now, if they choose to talk while I'm doing that, I count them. You're on 1, please stop. You're on 2, please stop. And so then they start to see, okay, I'm going to get some negative consequences if I'm not careful. And when I finally get them all quiet, it really helps to take the mood down, and then they're ready to do whatever I ask them to do after that. If we're doing an activity and they start getting up and going crazy, I'm like, all right, everybody in the seat. There's like half of them out of their seat. What do? You got to have a plan for absolutely everything, any possibility. What are you going to do to discipline kids in any situation? And discipline doesn't necessarily have to be a negative. It could be just control, classroom management, whatever you want to call it. So if they don't listen to that, or if they don't listen to sit heads down, mouths off, and stuff like that, then I simply count down from 5. That gets most of them in their seat real quick. 5, 4, 3, and then it gets most of them in their seat. And then the few that don't get in, then it's easier to count just 1 or 2 kids and say, okay, that's 1 for you, be in your seat. Have a plan for everything. We got this.